To add the chat onto your website, go to Website Marketing, Live Chat, and at the first login, the consultant settings window appears. A particular consultant corresponds to one user account in the system. Choose the avatar, the consultant's avatar, and you can modify a consultant's name. A default name is automatically acquired from the username in the system. Click Save and Continue. You can always modify the consultant settings here using this button. To create a new chat, click Add New Chat. Then adjust all the settings: chat window, inactive consultant, request for contact details, and settings. In the chat window settings, tick once a consultant logs in, replace with the given avatar and name when you want to substitute a default consultant with the name and the avatar of the consultant who has just logged in. Then choose the default consultant's avatar and the default consultant name, for example, Sales Manager Team. They both will be displayed before starting the conversation with a particular consultant. Then adjust the color scheme for all chat windows. You can change the window colors and font colors and select the preferable shape of window corners. You can preview all the changes on the right and use the buttons to preview the chat accordingly on a computer screen, tablet screen, or a mobile phone screen. Click Next. In the inactive consultant settings, decide which field to be displayed, to be required to be completed by users in order to leave a message. You can add or delete fields according to your preferences. Send alert about the left message to enter the email address of the person to be informed about the message left on the chat. An email will be sent to the chosen email address and the message itself will be available in the awaiting folder after having logged. You can adjust the color setting for the inactive consultant window. Preview the settings on the right using the buttons. Click Next. In the request for contact details settings, decide whether to display the request for contact details. At the beginning of a conversation, the request for contact details will be displayed before starting a conversation with a consultant, and do not display. It will be not displayed at all. Select Do Not Display for Identified Contacts if you do not want the request window to appear for the contacts whose details are already stored in the system. Then choose the data you want to ask for. You can add or delete fields according to your preferences. Preview the changes on the right, and remember the request form is a progressive form. So in the case of my monitored contact, a user will see the fields for entering only the data that you have not got in the system yet. Click Next. In the chat name field, enter the name that identifies the chat in the system. Then, in order to activate the chat, click, and the chat is launched. In the next step, adjust the button that opens the chat when it's minimized, and the button shape. Later, decide where to display the chat, on the left or the right. Tick Do Not Display on mobile devices if you do not want the chat to display on tablets or smartphones. In the location field, enter the name of the domain that you want to have the chat on. The provided domain must be monitored in the Sales Manager system and shouldn't contain HTTP or subpages. Then select only one option. You have to choose email addresses where the chat is available. On all pages, URL contains a phrase and then enter the phrase, or URL does not contain a phrase. Then the chat will be displayed only on the URL addresses that do not contain the given phrases. Add chat tags to contacts. Enter tags that will let you identify chat contacts in the system. Tag will be assigned automatically in the system. Select owner of chat contact. Chat contacts will be assigned to the chosen owner automatically. And preview the chat on the right using the buttons here. You can see all the chat windows on all devices. Click Finished. The chat has been created.